So let's do a little intro first. So as I said, I am an Aussie. If I end up talking a little too fast, just let me know, because I get pretty excited about this stuff, as Jerry will tell you, because Jerry and I are often on calls. But I've been featured in more than 50 podcasts and online articles. I've been a real estate investor internationally for nearly a decade, and a real estate investor in Australia for more than 20 years. And the one thing that I'm super passionate about, and this is why Tim and I connected so well when we first spoke, is student success rates. I see way too many people coming to us where they've spent, 6 figures on their real estate, what I call course and coach collection, because that's kind of what it ends up being, and they're still not getting results. So what we're going to talk about today is how we start to change the face of that. All right, folks, I want to plant the seed with you all for a moment. Because let me just can I get real? Is that okay? Can I get real with you? Okay. So here's what we see with a lot of students that come to us is they try and convert with just one touch point, and it doesn't work anymore. And what we also see is a lot of students come to us and they try to do absolutely everything. They've gone through their course, they've started their business, and now they're trying to be a marketer, a data person, a salesperson, an admin person, an operations person. And the fact is, they get into overwhelm, and guess what they end up doing? What do people do in overwhelm, Tony? Nothing. Nothing. And that's when they do the course and coach collection. They want to get the next golden nugget and the next thing. But a lot of people that we know, they're just not natural implementers. What we want students to focus on is getting sales, getting on the phone with buyers and sellers and doing deals. So let's talk about the what if for a second. I'm just going to plant the seed with you with the what if. What if they could do that? What if they could just focus on doing more deals? Spending their time with sellers and buyers and transacting. What if we could get more results for them? What if they could make you look even better with your results, and therefore you win, they win, and everyone wins? And that's what Tony and I are going to cover off on today. So I mentioned the danger zone when I first opened this, and I want to talk to you all a little bit about what that is. Where's Bill? Bill Allen. Hey, 4.5 months for your first deal, remember? Yeah. Who can beat 4.5 months? We're talking 6 months, couple of months in before you got your first deal, before your students get your first deal. Yeah. Any other takers on higher than 4.5? The danger zone in real estate, folks, it's made up of 3 things. And I know this is a little hard to see on here, so I'm just going to use this pointer and go up here. What I want to focus on is this red area. So the red area is made up of those 3 elements. The first is about consistency. And we see a lot of real estate students that come to us and maybe they do 1 month of marketing, 2 months of marketing, and then they're not getting results. So what do? They stop. When they stop, they end up with this lull further on down in their business, and we call that the lag. So the consistency is got to keep on marketing month after month after month. It doesn't really matter what method you're using as long as you're getting out there. Because the stuff that people do in months 2 or 3 is what actually shows up in months 8 or 9. And if we stop marketing, all of a sudden in months 6, 7, 8 or 9, the pipeline's empty. And we see that so often with students. So the lack of consistency is one of the biggest killers. The other thing is the lag, which is what you see underneath here as well. So the lag is, unless they keep going, they're not going to start to see results. And we often see a lot of students that are trying to get that proof of concept, and they're just not there yet. And they come to us and they're like, AJ, this doesn't work. Or Tony gets it too. Tony, this doesn't work. And when we kind of step back and unpack it with them, they haven't been consistent. They're trying to do it all. And so they end up kind of giving up way too soon. And what that is, the third element, is the 95% of people that do give up way too early. The thing is, they do need a decent amount behind them to keep on marketing in this zone. And once they get over that, they end up in what we call momentum zone. Momentum is where all of a sudden, month 7, we're closing deals. Now, I'm just talking averages here, folks. Month 7, we're closing deals. Month 8, we're closing deals. Month 9, month 10, month 11. But the stuff that we're doing then is because of the things that we were doing way back in months 2, 3, or 4. So it's really important to keep that front of mind. Because where they want, let me go back one, where they really want to get to is where you guys are, which is all up here in what we call the path. The path is the average income earnings in the US, where you've got the top 5% of income earners, regardless of what you do, the top 1%, the top 1 of 1%, and a lot of you in this room are sitting in that top 1% or top 1 of 1%, and your students are looking to you to do the same. But where they get stuck is in that danger zone, and that's what we want to talk about today. I want to focus on the past for a second, because when myself and my business partner Matt, who's up the back of the room, Matt, give people a wave, we first learned how to do real estate. We did houses, now we do vacant land. We got taught, go and download a list, send some mail, wait for the phone to ring. But that didn't always work, and we still get a lot of people that come to us and they're doing exactly that. These days, marketing is different, and it has changed. The landscape has changed. The way that people do business has changed. What we now need to focus on when it comes to marketing, and I know I'm preaching to the converted in the room here, is you need to be ever present everywhere. It's about at least 7 to 13 touch points, very data-driven in who you're going after and why you're going after them and why you want to start a conversation, making sure that your mailing is super targeted and hyper-focused, that you've got custom websites so that when your seller or your audience goes to check you out, you're speaking their language and they're seeing and hearing exactly what they need about you. It's then about that multi-touch experience that Tony and I are going to cover off on. Websites, SMS, TV, direct mail, social ads, Google ads, online ads, retargeting, and then rinse and repeat. The thing that I see the most success with a lot of people we come across is when they dominate a market and they keep on going. Farming versus hunting. We want to keep farming. So we're going to have a chat today because it all comes back to omni-channel presence. So when Tony and I first started talking about this, it was like two minds collided and we went, yes, we've got world domination at our feet now. But omni-channel presence is about the online and the offline working together seamlessly. The offline, being direct mail and TV. The online being your websites, your socials, your ads, your retargeting, and everything seeing and hearing the same language and branding no matter where people go. Whenever they do click on any of those things, be that they're responding to direct mail, they're responding to TV, or maybe a cold call or an online ad, what we want them to do is see that consistency in branding and story. That is what builds trust when it comes to the people that you're targeting. And also omni-channel presence, being everywhere all the time, ever present. This is all about making sure that your audience can do business with you in the way that they choose, not the other way around. What do I mean by that? We have a lot of people that come to us and they say, oh, I just do SMS and that works. Great. Is that getting to everyone? No, it's not. So omni-channel marketing is about making sure that you're paying homage to the people that might do business maybe the old school way, responding to direct mail or seeing an ad on local TV, all the way through to the new way, which is maybe seeing an ad that they've been retargeted on Facebook and everything in between. So it's about being ever present everywhere. And this is what it looks like. Now, don't worry if you can't see the detail in here. About to kind of give you the high-level overview, but essentially omni-channel marketing is about having an engine that is working for you and your students even when they're not. So omni-channel marketing starts over here with knowing who you guys are and the strategy that you want. So this is you and your students. All the way over here is your target audience. Someone sitting on a property, vacant land, house, multifamily, but they don't know you exist and they don't know that your students exist. So how do you get in front of them? Tony and I have the answer, but it all starts with data. When it comes to data, we're then driving out television ads to that online audience. And Tony's going to absolutely blow your mind with how easy that is. Once the television ad's going out, we're then getting direct mail sent out to the same places that the television ads are running. Now people starting to notice. So the direct mail's going out. From that direct mail, we know that people are going to call, email, text, and maybe click on a QR code these days and check you out. So direct mail's going out, TV ads are running. Whilst the TV ads are running, we're doing all of this online integration down here. So we're taking the data, building audiences online, pushing ads out on Facebook and Google, and building audiences to extrapolate those ads, putting things in front of your audience that are like, hey, you interested in selling your property? Or have you got problems that you don't know how to solve with your property? Call us and let us solve them for you. They're clicking through to those ads and then they're getting to your website. Now, here's the thing with websites. We have a lot of people come to us and go, got a great website. And I look at it and I'm like, yeah, it's not so good. Because websites need to be about customer experience. Does everyone know what customer experience is? Can I have a show of hands? Yep, a few of you do, great. For those that don't, customer experience is about making sure that you have it super easy for your customers to do business with you, again, in any way they choose, and have that seamless and integrated so all roads kind of lead to Rome. So on your website, you need to make sure that they can call you, email you, ask for an offer, watch a video, download some information, click through to your socials, message you there, go to your calendar, book time with you. Whatever way they choose, you need to make that easy for them. So having a website that's hugely functional is really critical here. So with Supercharged Offers, we achieve this with 5 critical elements by using design, first of all. So design is about strategy. I cannot tell you, let me ask you a quick question with this. How many people have students here that just come to you and say, I want to make money, want $20,000 a month or $50,000 a month, but they haven't thought about the strategy behind it? Has anyone experienced that? Got a couple of hands going up, yeah. So we get that a lot. People have the end goal in mind, but they haven't really thought about reverse engineering how they're going to get there. So where we start is with design. What's their asset class? What's the strategy? Then it's about the data to fulfill that, the direct mail, because that's one avenue that's going out, digital, their online, their socials, their websites, having that integrated and all working together, and then having a dashboard to look at results, because let's face it, what gets measured gets done. So I'm just going to give you a very high-level breakdown of each of these 5 elements on what we do on one side. Then I'm going to hand over to Tony to talk about how the television integrates. Then we're going to show you a couple of case studies of people that we've worked on together. So first of all, with design. As I mentioned, one of the biggest mistakes that we see people make when they come to us is they haven't really thought about strategy. They know what they want to achieve and perhaps they know their why, but they haven't reverse engineered the numbers to talk about getting there. So the very first thing that we'll do with you and your students is really talk about that. What does good look like? Actually, what does great look like? And how do we achieve that? We then make sure that the right value proposition, campaign, interrelated systems that we're putting together for them are all planned out and ready to go. Then we go to data. We've heard a lot today from a lot of you in the room about data, and we all love that word. I think the cost of data is more than oil these days. Am I right or wrong? I'm seeing nods in the room. So it's all about data. So no matter what asset class our customers are, the first thing we're going to do is give them the big picture of the data. A lot of data retailers out there will only give you what you ask for. We're a little different. We have customers that come to us and say, I just want to know how many pieces of vacant land are there in this county that are 1/4 of an acre to 5 acre that have X amount of attributes. We can do all that. We've got every property across the US, more than 155 million, more than 65 million business records we give to, because some of our customers, and there might be some of you in the room like this, do things like self-storage. Self-storage is often not just about the property, it's about the business. How do we use data to refine the mum and pop businesses out there that they really want to go after? And as I said before, with students, we don't want them wasting their time or spending precious time scrubbing, cleansing, parsing, etc. So when they come to us, we do it for them. Because again, time is money. So what we will do is put the data through more than 100 steps of extract, transform and load, get it ready to go. We'll verify it. We've got all MLS data as well. We'll put it through national change of address verification, because a lot of counties out there, they don't have their names and addresses updated, but we'll make sure it is. We then enrich the data with zoning information, road access, particularly if it's vacant land, because we do vacant land, we like a lot of that. And we get it ready for their CRM. All done. All they need to do is approve it and they're ready to go. The next thing is direct mail. Now here's the number one mistake I see with direct mail. People send the same message to everyone, being generic and expecting miracles. but that doesn't work. So again, we want the data to inform the direct mail that then informs the message. So for a lot of our customers, it's about segmenting the data and then looking at, well, what do we need to say to that group? What do we need to market to this group? Do we do multiple mailers to that or just one? What does it look like? And crafting that very personalized mail piece to try and stand out from everyone else. All of the mail these days that we send out goes out with personalized QR codes. QR codes are everywhere now, they're very common. But now customers click on the QR code, they go to the website and it's already pulling through their name, the property information, the APN, the county and the state. All they now have to do is pop their phone number in or email and push send. Again, customer experience, folks. You've got to make it super easy for people to do business with you. We're also tracking the mail and telling people that the mail is coming. Another channel, USPS. Anyone who's signed up for informed delivery gets an email saying, hey, be on the lookout. Tony's about to send you a really important letter. And by the way, here's his website to click through to as well. The other thing is tracking mail. A lot of our customers, we use the delivery of the mail, which by the way, on average, we get 97% and above. They're using that tracking to then download that, skip trace, SMS. Hey, we see you got our mail today about your property. Would you like to discuss it? So another different way to get to another channel. Next is about digital, folks. And again, hate to say it, I said it before, we see a lot of websites that people think they're great, and when we look behind the scenes to see if it's functioning, it's often not. So what we want to do is make sure that the websites are highly functioning, customized for that person, content and branding all really done for you, your values, your beliefs, your value proposition, your asset class. Then make sure that once your website is done, not only do we get it functional, but credibility is massive as a real estate investor. So we will then get you registered on more than 30 business citation sites. Who here uses Yelp regularly or something like it? Show of hands. Yelp. That's my Aussie accent. Y-E-L-P, Yelp. Do you use it? Nope. Anyway, there's lots of other business citation places just like that. Now someone's looking you up. Now you're appearing in all of these business pages. Great for credibility, awesome for backlinks to your site as well. Websites also need to be high trust. Trust means getting to know you, getting to know your business, and hearing more about you. Ebooks, videos, listicles, how-to guides, things that are of value to your audience, regardless if they watch them or read them, the intent is about trusting you. And then making sure you've got ads running behind, and anyone that clicks on your website, your socials, or an ad, guess what? They now see you everywhere. Reason for that? Timing. You might send the right message to the right person about their property, but it's not the right time. They don't need to sell. They're not ready to sell. But as we know, life happens. 4 or 5 months' time from now, they're going through a divorce. They need to liquidate the property. They're moving mum and pop into a retirement home, whatever it might be. There's different reasons as to why people need to sell at different times. And then it's about a dashboard. What I want everybody in this room to have better conversations about is KPIs, key performance indicators. I would love for you to be able to sit down with your students and talk about, hey, how many calls have you had? How many people are clicking on your website, asking you for an offer, coming through to you via QR codes, all of these different interactions. If you can measure that, and you can then have a conversation with people about those results and why they're not converting, your conversations are going to be better. Because here's what Tony and I see a lot. We can get the engine running and we can get leads through to you. What we can't do is help your students to have better sales skills. That's up to all of you. So being able to see your KPIs and have that conversation is really, really critical. So let's talk about some case studies. This is one of our co-customers, Robin. He is actually a 7-figure land investor based in Germany, and I'm in Australia. So, bit of a hint here. You can do real estate from anywhere in the world as long as you've got the right systems and processes in place. So Robin was an existing customer of ours and he said, AJ, I want to go bigger. Let's see what we can do. So Tony and I collaborated. We got a television ad done, but this is the customer experience that we did for Robin, because what you see up here is, this is his main website. He's got 6 funnels on his website that takes people through either asking for an offer or nurturing. On that website, he's got ebooks, videos, interviews. These are his ads running on Google and Facebook. This is his branding and his color scheme, all done for him. All he needed to do is what Tony said before on that last point. Get his team in place to service those leads and answer the call. So the experience for his customers, they see the ad. Direct mail's going out. Guess what's on that direct mail piece? Every single channel that he's being aired on and the as seen on TV logo. At the same time, online ads are running. Guess what's on the online ad? All the TV stations and as seen on TV. Talk about credibility. Then what's on his website? His video of his actual TV ad. So they click through to the QR code, they're seeing it again. They look him up, they're seeing it again. He was marketing for the first 2 months and he got over 250 leads. Good problem to have. His main thing then was servicing those leads, which I think we spoke really in depth with him about. So here's what Robin's ad looks like. Actually, let me go back one. Chris, can you click on the first video? Yep, that one.
This is Robin, with Bastion Land Buyers, and I buy land all over the area. I buy all kind of land, big or small, vacant city lots, or acreage in the country. It's time for you to get rid of that unwanted land where you've been paying taxes for years. I want to buy your land for cash. Pay no fees, don't deal with realtors or banks, no hassle, just cash fast. It's really that simple. To sell your land quickly, call me today for a fair cash offer. Call 850-809-1111. That's 809-1111.
Fantastic. So that was playing to a whole bunch of different channels that Tony orchestrated for him. We were mailing to the same places that those channels were airing at the same time. Then people clicked online and they saw the second ad. Chris? No music to this one because this is what's playing on Facebook and Google. Eye-catching, same branding, same credibility, everything is there. They click through to this, they land on his website, guess what they see again? The television ad, all of the same messaging, everything is there. So he was super happy. Next case study was Erin. Erin does houses. She's based in San Antonio. And when she came to us, she'd actually already had the television ad done with Tony. But she wanted a place that when her audience went to check her out online, that it was really nurturing for them, and because she knew that her audience, she knew what they wanted to see and what they wanted to hear. She's a realtor and she's a real estate investor, and she wanted to offer a number of different solutions out to her audience. So again, everything you see on there, her assets, her website, her ebooks, it's all about credibility, her videos, everything on there we built for her together with Tony and I, and she was so happy. Her pipeline was beyond belief, and she's now got her own brokerage and has just got ongoing leads all the time. Chris, if you want to click on that one.
Hi, this is Erin with Offering, and my team buys houses. We're the call to make to sell your house as is for a fair cash offer. We buy homes all over the area in any price range. Inherited houses, foreclosures, bad renter houses, land, and even nicer homes you just can't keep up with. Don't make any repairs or even cleanup, and best of all, no closing costs. We're helping people all over Texas sell their house as is for a fast, fair cash offer. Call 210-622-2200.
That's a good phone number, Tony. It's all about that too. So I guess to recap, folks, just to wrap up everything that Tony and I have spoken about today. First of all, let me ask a couple of questions. Do you like the sound of omnichannel marketing? Do you think it might make even just a little bit of difference to the people that you help? Show of hands? Yeah, awesome. So recap, danger zone. We know that a lot of people sit in that first 6 months of danger zone, and when they're failing to keep consistency or when they're trying to do everything, that's when they fail and they give up. What we want to get them is out of the danger zone and into momentum zone where deals are starting to close consistently. Your job is to make sure that they can get that closed and manage that sales process with them. Omnichannel is about engaging your prospects not once, it's not just about one touch point, 7 to 13 times and ongoing. You got to keep that engine moving. Actually, Al and I were talking about this before about, if you market to a specific segment and it doesn't give you results, it doesn't mean there's not deals there. It just might mean that it's not the right time. So you just got to keep on going. TV channels, great for credibility. When they then see all of your online stuff as well, the credibility just goes up, which is what we want to see. And the thing with Tony and I, it's all done for you, folks. Everything that you see here and that we've showed you today, we want your students to close more deals and spend their time building those relationships with sellers and buyers and getting busy, which is awesome. So I love this quote from Buckminster Fuller, and I think we've seen a lot of this today, and I'm sure this will resonate with all of you as well. It comes back to what Tim was saying before about, teach a man to fish as well. If you want to teach people a new way of thinking, don't bother just trying to teach them. Instead, give them a tool, the use of which will actually lead to new ways of thinking. And this comes back to some of the stuff that we heard earlier from Bill around the fear factor. A lot of people give up because they don't feel like they can do this. But if we have the right tools in place, it automatically starts to embed confidence as well, which is really critical. So, how to get hold of myself and Tony? A couple of things. So up on the back table, table 11, you can go and scan the QR code there or scan this one on the screen. Book a time with me. Let's talk about partnering to get your students more success, to get them more time saved as well. Matt and I are actually going to be giving away 3 data packages of $20,000 each. To the people that partner with us the most and are ready to book a call and ready to go. So book a call, let's find out how we can help get your students out of the danger zone, and let's get you some data, either for you to use. Data will be fully cleansed, ready to go for whatever you want. You can use it for yourself or use it for your students, we don't mind. So feel free to book with me.